We are Sri Vaishnavas. In this current age, we are facing three important challenges. The first challenge is the social situation. The movement for Tamil cultural revival has its own extreme form, and it's telling Brahmins that Sanskrit is no and we are Aryans. It might seem that the Sri Vaishnava affirmation of a Tamil scripture at this point of time would be a great advantage under these circumstances. And another important challenge is the Sri Vaishnavas are known as a Brahmin-dominated community. The Arulichayal, the Haimans, the commentaries are not very, in a big way, being read by people other than Sri Vaishnavas. The Dravidian movement has its extreme form against all religion, and at present there are some links with the leadership also. At this point of time, can the Brahmin and non-Brahmin Sri Vaishnavas continue to feel part of the same community? Is my question. It has to happen that way. We have to feel as if we are the same community. Can non-Brahmins come to play a much larger leadership role compared to the present role what they are playing within the Sri Vaishnava community? Please ask ourselves, can we give space? Will greater strains between Brahmins and non-Brahmins affect their acceptance and their participation in dual tradition and also in learning our Tamil scriptures and Sanskrit? Please ask ourselves. This is one. Second challenge is economic challenge. Because Sri Vaishnavas earn far more in organizations, companies, banks, because they have to make their own livelihood. I am not blaming it, but in the whole process, the traditional learning is going to get affected. Is it going to be passed on from one generation to the other generation? That's the question, because Gurukul is giving way to colleges. So, can we use the text instead of memorization? Will that be useful for the younger generation to read from home or online courses? That's another thing, so that they can learn both Sanskrit and Tamil Haimans. The challenge is, will there going to be a community of scholars familiar with both Sanskrit Veda and Tamil Veda in future, so that our tradition, the Vasishtha-Advaita principle, is being carried on to the next generation? So we need it. So please encourage online, encourage learning of their own in the houses. The third challenge is spiritual challenge. Now they call it as a secular modern society. So how are we going to convince these people that reciting these hymens, reciting these scriptures is vital for religious people? It's very important to attain salvation, moksha. Because if educated members of a community continue to be religious, are they likely to adjust their practice and presently to a fashionable form of worship or the traditional form of meditation and hymens and scriptures? That's the challenge. Okay, to use such words as challenges and problems maybe raise questions that are currently not of concern to most Sri Vaishnavas. Finding a job, finding a good husband, finding a good wife certainly are of concern. Thus far, Sri Vaishnavas have not voiced much fear that the traditional doctrines and institutions are threatened by the modern world. This does not mean, however, that nothing is being done. A lot of things have been done by many scholars. Velukudi Krishnan Swami through Kinchitkaram Trust, and also Ahobila Mutt, and then by Kanchi Kamakoti Mutt, and then Yaduguri Mutt. They are all doing a lot of things. But is this enough? There is some increase in willingness of Brahmin Sri Vaishnavas to allow non-Brahmins to play a significant role in the community. There is certainly some effort to bring Tengalai and Vadagalai Sri Vaishnavas closer together to affirm their common heritage. There is also greater awareness of the Alvar's scriptures as a significant part of heritage in Tamil literature. So that is there. The decline in traditional learning Gurukul is partially compensated by the study of Sri Vaishnava text in courses on history, literature, online, etc. So another important thing, since it is also the women in educated Hindu families who have more strictly maintained traditional rites. So the development of women scholar practitioners may be of considerable importance for Sri Vaishnavas in future to retain our identity. The most important questions are those that can only be answered from within the Sri Vaishnava community. So please ask yourself, are you giving space to non-Brahmins in Sri Vaishnava community? Are we really attaching more importance to the Arudicayal? Are we really making use of those offered by many mutts to learn scriptures? Are women being empowered to learn scriptures so that they become a very important custodian of the Sri Vaishnava tradition? Please ask yourself these questions